seen adverts on Facebook. They will tell you, kuti, we are so and so and so. Car solutions, auto parts. We specialize in it, German cars spare parts. Over there? Yeah. But you know what? These guys are in the what? Motor vehicle business. They fall under motor vehicle business, motor vehicle industry, auto parts industry. But then their main focus is what? Spare parts that are meant for German cars. That's what? That's targeting. The assumption is when they were actually venturing into business, there was a market research that was done. Ndanaona mavaneti, mafridi, mapaso, masienda. See, those guys. Yeah. But then they said, I think the market that I would want to save the entire Amini Adamakamara of Germany. I've seen they actually saying, they are only saving those people who drive Ford. So they only focus on Ford Ranger. My spare parts Ford Ranger. Service kit, what? Ford Ranger. I know of a person, she's into engines and gearbox. I would hear the Frido cow. Alumanangalango. Jada man is the minute and her Friday they don't service my engines out. We are Magali Motor General. Because you know what happens. The same with Vanity. Fancy German go in there. Mpaka na example izajile kunokoka kuti ababa ndi alapa. So she's been saving in a mother free gearbox and engines. That's what targeting. Anaona market yose, then anabanga evaluate and then say, I think this one will be profitable to me. That's what targeting is all about. Positioning. Yeah, what's positioning? What's positioning?
I feel like it's the business awareness on how it sets itself in the market and how customers perceive business.
Correct. So when you talk of positioning, it's psychological. It's how a customer perceives your business as compared to your what? To your competitors. That's what positioning is all about. Okay, so how do you actually create perception? I think that's the big question. How do you create, that perception?
It all starts with brand awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more, I'll give an example. The more information the customer has about your business, the more he finds it just depends what you're offering is actually what the customer wants. So if he has more information about you, the way he perceives you, and with someone that has less information about the business,
that's very true. That's very true. So what is the implication? Since you've said that when you talk of position, it starts with you. You're supposed to bring awareness. Without awareness, the customer will not know of your existence and even the benefits of your product or service, and even how different your benefit or your product are from your competitor. What is the implication? Chief, yes, talk to us. What's the implication? What's the implication? Yes, position. Yes, we are waiting. Okay. Okay, so when you talk of positioning, the expectation is that you need to communicate to your target segments to show competitive advantage to competitors' product. You need to continuously communicate to your target segment to show competitive advantage to competitors' products. That's what is expected of you, because people only know when they are told. In the absence of that information, but we also need to make sure that what you are telling your target market should correspond with the actual product or service. You don't promise people heaven on earth and then you give them hell. No, no. If I want the physical evidence, yakanika. You remember? Yes, yakanika. So make sure you communicate the value, okay, to your target segment, and you show the competitive advantage to your competitors' product. So, in summary, what I can say is that when you talk of segmentation, target, and positioning on a global market, it allows you to create a market mix for each segment. That's the beauty. Okay? You don't say because this is how I was doing it in Malawi, then here in Zimbabwe, I will do it the same. Here in Zambia, I will do it the same. Here in Jersey, I will do it the same. No. That's the beauty of us knowing what segmentation, target, and position is all about. You know that we are not supposed to generalize. So when we talk of segmentation, target, and position of global markets, one thing that I would want to put before you is the fact that it is more complex than domestic market. It is more complex than what? Than domestic market. Why do you think that is the case? As obvious as it is, but why do you think that is the case?
I think we just go to the fact that we're talking about international global market. So to us, we refer our global market as the domestic market compared to the international. I would say the international one is complex in a way that it has a few things that hinder the smoothness of the business in an international market. First thing could be economic fluctuations, because in international market you deal with different countries, and different countries come with different currency rates, different economic problems, you know. And the other thing would be like the processes involved in the application for the organization to operate in an international market. In some countries, the processes of applying could be very complex, could be long, tiresome, and the other point could be trade barriers, for example, such as tariffs. You know, the imposition of tariffs in different countries, it's different also compared to global market, because in global market, I feel like the business is more familiar with the logos, you know, in a way that they are familiar with the products being sold. It does not actually involve dealing with a lot of currencies, because you're just maybe operating in one country. So yeah,
So that's domestic.
Yeah, that's domestic. But the first one that I was talking about was international. So
Yes.
of course, the global market also has its own barriers. Could be competition from global businesses. Since they're also familiar, they also have like the same market information you have, since you're operating in one country. So you also face competition from that. And yeah, I think that's
Yeah. Okay. Yes, one. Why do you think it's more complex on a global market and than domestic market as far as segmentation, targeting, and positioning is concerned?
I think on the domestic market, we tend same culture, but on the global market, you deal with different cultures. For example, the culture of people in Ireland will not be the same culture of people in
Okay. Yeah, so zimene mukunenazo ndizoona um, okay, yeah. It's more complex because one must identify the target countries based on macro segmentation, prioritization, and countries who hold the highest strategic value. The first thing. When you're talking of STP on global markets, it's more complex than domestic because one must identify target countries based on macro segmentation, prioritization, and countries who hold the highest strategic value. Macro segmentation, yes, not micro, but macro. Prioritization and countries who hold the highest strategic value. So when it comes to global markets, you don't just go anyhow. Yeah. You actually target a country who actually give you a lot of what? A lot of value. Yeah. When you invest in that particular country, you get a lot of value because you haven't gone there to play games now. And another thing, you must identify the target consumers within the global markets by micro segmentation and targeting the micro segments that show greatest opportunity. So ukafika mdziko, like for example, Malawi muno muntu wachoka ku Uganda, wachoka ku Nigeria, choyambirira one macro level ndekuti anali ndi ma variables ena akamene amaona. Then wafika kunoko amazana kuti I'll do tire business, but I'm not just selling tires anyhow. I'll be selling second-hand tires. Simunaona mashepu ameno ana major second-hand tires. What does that actually tell you? Who is their target market? Muntu kungo major nditu matenga matayala ku Dubai, matenga matayala ku China, koma akuda second hand. Who is their target market? Analipo na kochipa long chilambula. Kuti ukakanika muchipiko mucha ungopita pa iye. Yeah, and I believe alipo obende kuti mwaone mene ndizimakhala zodabwitsa lanonda awawa ndichani kweni musana kuti ndichani. Ask them, mukafuse bwino akafotokozera. And the other question is, why is it that he's not closing the shop? Ideally, you would say, uncle, mesara yani ata yapulika you go, he or she will go and buy a brand new tire. Mind it. Adi anameja jani second hand tires. So on a higher level, he's targeting vehicle owners. Macro. Okay? But now when you begin to zero in, he's targeting and who cannot afford what? To buy brand new what? Tires. Micro. Ndekuru apanga kale ka segmentation kake kuti awawa in terms of even economic status ndikuchoka apa kufika apa. Bila ndo malanga guys mukapesa atala second hand ali kwa mbiri mbiri. nthawi nawo ukafusama kuza kuti cha kulibe ata mwaona imene. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Two options from STP on global markets. There are actually two options that you can actually use when it comes to segmenting, targeting, and positioning. You can do a similar segmentation that is normally used to the domestic market. Okay, yeah, you've got two options. You are operating here in Malawi, you're going to Mozambique. So what is it that you do? You not actually identify totally a different segment altogether in Mozambique. No, you will save the very same segment. In other words, you're going to identify a segment which has got similar characteristics to that which you're actually currently saving. And then you use the what? You use the very same marketing mix that you are using here whilst there. I'll give you an example. I am Ngoni. This is just an example. Now, as Ngoni, I like beef. So, I'm going to now, the fact that I am Ngoni and I know that Ngonis, they like beef. I want to go wrong. If I open is my meat center in Mzimba, because the Ngoni is there, you know that, eh? In Ncheu, because they're what? The Ngoni is there. My own name, Ngoni, ndaba nga study, amakonda chani, amakonda nyama. Samango konda nyama, amakonda sochani, chakuma. You get that? So I'll open those meat centers and stuff. Yes. Of course, international business. Okay. Yeah. So I'll open, as I've said, a meat center where inezikalayo wocha, inezikalayo widita. And because I also know Udi na amachita, I'll also be selling there. So they will be buying meat, they will be buying my drinks. And this is standpoint of this is yena. Angoni. So to confirm when Angoni. Now I want to go outside Malawi. Do you think I can just plant this meat center and this sort of drinks anyhow? No. Ndipita ku Zambia, akufufuza where Angoni lives. The majority of them. Mind you, we want to get value by the end of the day. Yeah. We want to be in a place where we're going to actually have a lot of opportunities and we're going to make money from those opportunities. Your name is? Sarah. Sarah. Okay, Sarah, today we are discussing segmentation, targeting, and position on a global market. Okay, so you've found us midway, but then what we're actually doing are the approaches that one can actually take when you are moving from a domestic market to a global market. Okay, so in our discussion, we've said that when it comes to segmentation, targeting, and positioning, what you can do is you can, as you are moving from the domestic market to the foreign market or to the global market, what you can do is to identify in that global market a segment that has got similar characteristics to the segment that you're actually serving in the domestic market. So because there are actual similarities between the segment that you are serving in the domestic market and that segment that you would want to save in a global market, it means that the marketing mix that you're going to use is going to be similar. If you do that, it will be very simple because you are dealing with the same segment. Okay, so it will be very easy. So basically, that's where you found us actually discussing. Okay, so Zambia, I'll try to find out where the Ngonis live. Now, because I know what Ngonis do or enjoy, ndikasegula somero ja kumachani ma meat center. I'll open my meat center. I'll open my joints, drinking joints, because I know that's what they like. And by the end of the day, I will not go wrong. I will sell, because these guys meat, it's just something. I will identify in South Africa kumakhala ngoni kwambiri ndikuti KZN sijoncho, kwaZulu kuja. Then if I open there, I am guaranteed. Zimbabwe, I open kumaloti ambiri ndangoni, I will not actually go wrong. Basically, that's what I'm actually saying when you talk of identifying a segment in a global market which has got the similar characteristics as that of a domestic market. That's what we're talking about. My invite, good. So it's not just a matter of going global or going international. No. Unknowingly, no. But you go there, you identify the segment that you think you'll be able to serve. Okay. So that was the first approach. The second approach is to identify actually what? You find a completely different market where a new market strategy would be needed to succeed. Okay. You find a completely different market where a new market strategy would be needed to succeed. So you may find a different market as well. What's the difference? So you're not based on the experience that you had unyumba in that domestic market. No. This will be what? Totally different new market altogether. Then what you need to think and then start doing business. Criteria for good segmentation. We want us to discuss criteria for good segmentation. Homogeneous within the segment. It guarantees similar response to marketing mix variables. I've just said there are some people, they may identify a segment that is similar to what they are serving at home. In that case, you are supposed to what? You are supposed to use the same marketing mix that we're using at home, or that we're using on the what? On the domestic platform. Heterogeneous between segments. Now it's different. Heterogeneous. Now it's different. That actually warrants you to change the marketing mix as you're moving from what? From one segment to the other. When the segments are heterogeneous, it is expected of you to change your market mix as you're moving from one segment to the other. The reason being that you can't approach it with a one-size-fits-all approach. I actually say the needs of babies are different from the needs of adolescents. The needs of adolescents are different from the needs of the youth. The needs of the youth are different from the needs of the old people. Another criteria for good segmentation is it has to be measurable. It has to be measurable. What do I mean by this? You might have heard, people actually say, Uji, as a strategy, they say, Uji would want an increase in the market share by 25% by the year 2025. Munamva kuzwenze? Munamva bwe? Kapena simunamve? Or amanena, we've experienced an increase in the market share from 15% to 35% for the past what? 3 years. What is it they're trying to say? What is it that they're saying? Agamatero. Ndofusani. Agamatero. What is it that they're saying? Ladies and gentlemen, what is the implication?
There's growth.
Growth in terms of what?
Revenue.
Demand. Yes? We're talking of market share here. I'm talking of market share. What does it mean? Because we're saying it has to be measurable.
Can I say it is like the position of a business in the market?
Well, okay, can you add more meat?
It's various.
You need to add more meat to the bone because it's too bony. That statement is too bony. Waliwo bena bafuna mafupa. Market share. Okay, guys, when we talk of market share, we're talking of the number of clients that you save. So that 15%, we are in the industry of automobile. Magali moto. So you know what, you've got Sifao, you've got Toyota, you've got, you know, madealers alimu ambiri malamuno. They emerge in Japan, they emerge in European cars, you know, that kind of a thing. Even German. So akamana zoti 15% ndero muntu makazodi unawerengesera. Mkanadima zoti makampani, they are serious when it comes to this market research things. They don't just come to body with mangola blah blah blah. No. It's evidence based. It is backed by data. So they will say, as far as the automobile industry is concerned, if you don't know the market share to the 5% job. Meaning kuti 95 amatenga ni ndani. Ndi anthu enawo. Tukumvana wene bokwe? Ndi anthu enawo. So as a business, you can actually say kuti if I would want in 5 years time, we would want to grow our market share. Okay? From 5% to what? To 25%. Now the question is how? It's the how question that is very, very, very important. Yes, you've established kuti inuyo pachimake lipose pacha. You only have 5% of the clients amabwera kwa inu. Now you want to grow your what? You want to grow your market. The question is how. Then you discuss just the how question for you to attain what? That growth. The 15% growth. What is it that you do now? You are now on the ground, working tirelessly, working hard for you to what? To reach that what? That milestone that you want to achieve. Now, Tafika 2025, you go back. Guys, we are measuring anything that you can't measure. Can you achieve it? I want to ask you. Anything I say that you can't measure, you can't achieve it, you can't have it. Because how are you gonna know what you've achieved it if you can't measure? You've given yourself on a weekly basis nofuna ndizipanga recruit 20 customers. But then wiki ikata, you don't sit down and calculate and confirm how many customers you've brought to the what? To the business. Ndakuti zienda. You get that? That is why they are saying, when you talk of market segmentation, make sure that it is what? It is measurable. I have got 2 customers. By December, I would want to have what? I would want to have 20 customers. So there are several approaches. You'll be counting on daily basis. You may be counting on weekly basis. You may be counting on monthly basis. You may be counting quarterly. You may be counting biannual. Or December, which I think I need to count. You had said you are going to you had said you are going to recruit 18 to make it 20, and about it December. That I also said you've only recruited 4 people. Why? You are not measuring. So when you say Kuti, the segment should be measurable, we are saying you should be able to calculate the market potential. And this, to point about Anvanet, this gives me, leads me to another point where we say, there is a reason for your segment to be what? To be measurable. Because we are in business, and because we are in business, our segment should be what? Substantial. It should be large enough to give us what? Profit. Yeah, sidinapite ku Zambia, sidinapite ku Zimbabwe just to have fun ngati ma tourist. No, we've gone there to do business. CEO, IMD anu akudalirani kuti inuyo tikupitisana ku Zimbabwe mukayambisa chani? Mukayambisa ma operations awo. Munaona ku Malawi zimayenda ede. In fact, we are able to send you there. Chifukwa kunoko ndalama zinali zochuluka. So we are saying, can we please continue to grow this business? Ndetatenga ndalama kukupa ngati investment, ngati seed, ndetikukupasani inu chafiki. Pitano chani? Pitano ku Zimbabwe. Inu ku Zimbabwe kuchi mangophaka life itu. Mangopita mashow a Jabreza. Basi. Ndunguzani mangophaka life. Ziyenda kumene kuchako? No. Oh, mwapita ku Zimbabwe kuchi. Mwamenya research yanu. Yeah, indeed, there is an opportunity here. Koma, my customer 5 only. Okay, if you are starting first, I will understand you. But on the onset, you've managed to woo 5 customers. 6 months, mwafika pa 5, mwafika pa 4. Mwana nambale kutere. In a year, you've got 2. Can you continue to operate in Zimbabwe? That is why we are saying, make sure that the target market is substantial. Yes, Abba. Vuto palibe. Kwambiri kaimwe. Sure. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah. So when we say substantial, we are saying it should be large enough to be what? Profitable. Sabange isn't for the sake of kungopanga. No. We are supposed to have an aim. We are supposed to have a purpose. And in this case, we want to make what? Money. So let's now discuss the market selection process. Market selection process. How do people actually do that? Olwo muli mwe mubona ngati mungatani market screening process.
Process.
Hmm?
Market selection process.
Yes. Timat, how do we do it?
I feel like there are steps because of them. So the main and foremost is the identification of the target audience. Then you assess their needs, which involves data collection, what. And then you tailor the products according to their preferences. And then you expose the products to them. And then there's what you call the post evaluation. Post evaluation analysis.
You confirm.
Yeah, you confirm. And then you what I don't know how you say this, you keep in touch after like the business. It's that relationship where like
And I'm at after self-service. Okay. Okay. But then, okay, that is after you've identified the market. But when you are leaving Malawi, no, not even when you're leaving Malawi, but when you are debating of going global, what is it that you do? Those are the steps. Zimene akambazo ndizoti ndekuti identify ndekuyambapo kutipula. But I would want us to discuss what is it that you do. Why is it that you say, I'm going to settle in Congo and not in Rwanda?
like we say, value. There's something you said about value where like it brings more value. And you also look at the environment, it's friendly for business. And you also look at market expansion that in a way that when you enter into that country, you'll be able to grow in a way that you expand.
Mambo gani za ngati ma marketers yeah, sure. I'm happy. Even the language, yeah, good. You've started thinking like a marketer, like a business person. To my great. Okay, so the first thing that you do is macro segmentation. Okay, macro segmentation. The first screening, it is called macro segmentation, and basically what you do is what? The pastel analysis. That's the first thing that you do when it comes to market selection process. First thing that you do is macro segmentation. So you look at what? Macroeconomic indicators, and then use the pastel analysis. Okay, use the what? The pastel analysis. The pastel analysis, it's political, economic, social, technological, right? Environmental, and what? Legal. Yeah. So you look at those barriers, political stability. Okay. I've talked of global. So this is what happens. We are here in Malawi. Ndende mpunga wanga. What else? Yeah. Okay, I'll use mpunga. And then I know kuti ndifuna nditumize kunja. Okay. So which countries? Money macro tuoneretu. which countries may need mpunga. Mpunga ino kuti ndi food, sichoncho. So basically antambira aufuna. However, ndisanafike ukuku, I need to look at what? To analyze those markets. Politically, are they stable? Are they stable? Is there stability there? Mwaona? Ndayambano kuona pakanyapo. Economically, is their currency stable? Kapene mangotere. You know? Ndikapita, will it be profitable? Ndikayangana currency yawo against our currency. Will it be profitable? Socially, I'm looking at my beliefs, systems, our and so on. Culture wise, you know. Yeah. Is there a big difference or no? Will there be a cultural shock? Kuti my products amene ndi ndikapitisa ineyo anthu adapuzire, hey, no. Company India kuti mpaka na mademo. Maona, because what I'm bringing, it's totally new, totally bizarre, strange to them. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at what? Legal. Okay? Yeah. What does it take for me to actually establish my business in this region? Then in the one, are there barriers? Or are those barriers enough for me to not to invest in that particular country? Or they are flexible? Or they have got good incentives? Ngati ife panopa timapereka mazodi ma incentive kwa some investors when they come here. Mauza, okay, mwina dandola taxation and stuff ndete auza, titele. What is that we're trying to do? We are trying to coax them. We are trying to what? Entice them. They should start their businesses, companies, they employ our youth. So you look at those things. And the analysis that is used is what? Pastel. Yeah, and it won't be just one country. Because I want to go global. So I can't put all of my eggs in one basket. I'll give you an example. Or I might say I want to go to East Africa. Okay? Tanzania, Kenya, Burundi, Uganda. Is it one country? No, it's all countries. Pastel analysis so the target is East Africa. Someone from Southern Africa wants to establish himself in Central Africa. It will be what? Zambia, Malawi, right? And Zimbabwe. As my countries are. Using what? The pastel analysis. Now, as you can see, when we talk of Central Africa, there will be what? 3 countries. But is it like what I can go feel my countries go say we just no. Analysis Southern Africa, South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Swaziland, as one of almost pastel analysis. Political. What is it that they are saying? They are saying all foreigners should leave this country. I think not now. Because politically, the situation is not good. It's tense. You get that? Then the guy. Zisanko ziyazata. Zatete. Asiya kunena zijazete. They are saying those things to, buy voters. Mwaona mimi? Aninakuti. They want to nationalize all private businesses. Boma kutufuna litenge. My businesses also. Oh, there are those rumors. And this is it. You get that? Yeah. So the first one is, first screening is done by using pastel analysis. The second one is based on what? Prioritization. Prioritization. Okay, so we want to go into Southern Africa. Ndetu kuyangana kumene kuchakula chino Namibia, Botswana, blah 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 blah. Okay, koma guys nene chilungamo. Economically. Malo kumene ife anthu angati guli. We've studied everything. I think it's how I say. I'm looking at market attractiveness. Yeah. You know your guys all on a business. Someone who has a business is just no. They will start passport mods. Ka oshanga ndike hapa. They need to grow. Ndaona so kuti passport hapo ndike poso jana ka oshanga. Mwaona it? Ndatsegula pharmacy yanga hapa. Azibanga. Ndukamba za domestic aleto. So it's the same concept. Kenako ndikuona ngati so ndikaike hapo. And bana kumainda. You know? That's what I'm talking about. So the second screening, it's based on market attractiveness and competitive position. Yeah, we are doing business to make money. We are doing business to make money. Now, Mapangano identify what you want to settle in South Africa, you want to settle in Malawi, you want to settle in Zambia. You don't just go nationwide. Do you? No. If I want to go into meat products and I was in Malawi, I will target the Ngonis. It means kuti ku Joniko, ku Zambia, ku Malawi, you identify the segments, and there are two approaches. Either utenge the segment that possesses similar characteristics or demographics that you are serving back home, or you identify a totally different segment altogether. Imene ndi yachingati yachitatu. Are you following, guys? Good. Good. So first, you use PESTEL analysis. The second one, prioritization, which is based on the market attractiveness and competitive position. And the third one, it is based on the identification of segments in each country. As poor as many Malawians are, because Malawi, do you know that it's one of the poorest countries? Good. Bas kumagabanga save kubwesa ma product, what you be saving and who olemera. Okay, if they say good Malawians are poor, or most Malawians are poor, what does it mean? It means there are few what? People who are what? Who have got money. Am I lying? Good. But do you know that there's some people that have got businesses that only target those few rich people, and those guys are not closing their businesses? Yes, they are not closing. I mean, I will close. No gulisa zibonga. No uzani zibonga. Yoda zigusa kandi 100 waja. Umfara minu adi business iji. Ateka. You mean people were failing to part way with 100 kwacha so that they should buy jibonga. Yeah, I mean, I'm a cause and I mean, but these guys who are saving few rich guys, right? When I was growing up, there were a few people, okay, a few people, including even my MDs and the executives who could afford zimagalimoto zopya pano pamukuzionazi, but pano pabwa you find a youngster agula chi Nissan Patrol cha 5 liters chicha, guza chimene chichacho, very young, not even 30. I'm telling you, enaso chipanga service bwinobwino. Mwaona mene how many are in Malawi and hotero ali mochepa, because you and me we know a lot of people are not what to do in this part of what, in this part of the world, but and when I know they are saving those guys and they are cashing on them.
Yeah, for example, it's
Yes, that guy. Imagine. Yeah, you know that guy, the brand ambassador and the ZZ and the wife. Yeah, the Kingstons. He's saving a certain segment in the market. See, taking note, I see Spark 6, see Ready Me. No, he's an Apple guy. What I'm trying to say is, guys, even this discussion that we're having, you can identify your segment and save them. Because most of the times, and we think when something is cheap, then it means that you have the market or you grow your market faster. No. You agree with me? That guy is an Apple guy. I know that we all want cheap stuff. But there will be moments whereby if the very same thing is actually bought at a cheaper price, some people will say, what? This thing is fake. This thing is it's not original. Why? Much as tima nenerera, koma, we've got a limit. Tima nazo di chintu just when is figure up. When it comes to buying behavior, there are people they buy out of prestige to show off their status. So chintu chesu chikakhaso chochipa kwambiri choti iwo akachoka apa kufika apa amuone swali nacho wina akachoka amanazoda kodi izizi awaso amakhala nazonso ayi. So they would want to associate themselves ndi chinthu chosawanda. Malawi munomo azichita kusanga kuti tili anthu 5 and they feel good. Yeah, because akatero nde kuti ena nonsenu nguena muzina ziti bwana prestige. So on first screening, I will tell you, I'll give you an example. 4, 5, 6, 7 countries that you target. Then on second screening, you're looking at what? Market attractiveness and competitive position. What is that you're doing? You are saying, okay, yeah, it's southern. Komana, I'll zero in on these 3 countries. And the Koma is Sovano. You choose Sovano 2 or, yeah, any of those countries. Micro segmentation. So on Pestel, what you do is you do a bit of research without actually carrying out an in-depth analysis of the target countries. Okay, yeah. And on the prioritization, which is screening, you strive to find the best foreign market for what? Expansion potential. Unazagamba zimenezozo, I think, Shafik. Unazagamba zimenezozo. The reason being that yeah, by the end of the day, you don't want to sustain the business. You would also want to see it what? Growing. See, because the moment the moment you begin to grow, you are sure the good sonde good revenue kale kutani ikuchuluka. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So you look at the market size and growth, product match. Unakamba so zimene zonso. The intensity of competition. Man, kunja kuturu kuli competition itu. Kunja kuli competition. Munkanena kuti okay, I've ever asked people, why is it that you don't like Malawian products? And they have been truthful. Sometimes very brutal. Another in Malawian products, sizikoma. Sizikoma. And I said, oh, yes. Even the branding itself, kuchita kuona bottle ash. Akumati chani makamaka. Just a pangisa kaso, you know. It's not attractive. Ndachisamako meso. So people actually amalolera kugula something that is expensive, chochokera kunja, as compared to what? Ichatu chichoti chochipanga mu chesimu. My brothers and sisters, I really wanted to support your business. Komene juice uyu, Myers, yogurt uyu, Myers, ine ndizimwa izi zomwezi za kunjazi ngakhale zili zodula. So you look at competition. Ndikapita amene kujakuwela survive. Okay, then you look at the required capabilities and resources. I normally say, when it comes to business, don't just look at the external, the opportunities. No. It doesn't end there. You're supposed to do self-examination. Okay, you look at yourself. Yes, I'm going into this industry. Do I have the required capabilities and resources? You don't just get excited. You don't just get excited with the end of a business. You know, do you know that there are people, they are given a contract, then in the who would say no to a contract? But there have been moments whereby you jumped some steps. Yeah, because you're supposed to grow pangono. Okay, you're supposed to grow pangono. Panga profit ya 50,000. Panga profit ya 60. Mwana zote ndi kugrow 70, 80. Koma muntu siningangoti ndachoka kwa registrar of business. Sinapangepo business. Nenda unatenda in billions ine nkumalembera. Ine nkumalembera wene bajapo. Ndesi ngozoti kaya anaona kaya aku procurement kaya anamwa T1 to dwanji kaya anamwa T0 sugar man to dwanji. Ndukubatsani renewal contract yo. It's in billions. It will need a lot of what? It will need a lot of capital. It will need a lot of resources, both human as well as technical. Ndizizoma amfazoti muntu unditu waitenga contract ndukayigulisa kwa muntu wina wake. Ase, can you go and deliver? Ine ngondi basandama izizi. Already gulizani motel. They are looking at what? Capabilities and resources. Alibe. Yeah, you've got one car, you've been given a contract to save the whole Malawi. School feeding program. I'm talking of save the whole Malawi. It is good news that you've been given a contract. Yes, but are you capable? How? I mean, how are you going to divide yourself? Can I get it? Required capability. So it's not an issue of saying the market is there and there is a match between our product and the segment. No, it doesn't end there. Will you able to save them? Muna sugar. Ndana sama funa sugar. To semester mafuna sugar. What was happening bagadi pacha? Amakulisa ni packet de mozet. Why? Was the production matching with the demand? No. Good. Yeah, of course, analysis was out, but I'm just trying to show